Final round, last one to finish. I've got two options you can choose.
Okay.
So one is going to be about like for you and I personally, fulfillment, what makes us happy, things like that. The other one is about what makes people succeed. Both of us train lots of people.
Yeah.
What do we see? That's
I think we should talk about that one because that's going to give people more value.
Yeah. Cool. So last round, what makes people succeed? You and I have both trained lots and lots of people. You've trained significantly more than me. Sometimes you can see someone and you're like, I know. The first day you meet them, you're like, I know you're going to absolutely smash this.
Yeah.
What do we see consistently? What traits? What characteristics?
Okay.
What comes with people who want to succeed?
First of all, we teach people this. I think it's really important to have a really strong burning reason why. Why do you want to do it? Because anything you want to achieve is probably going to take some time and effort. And the problem is we're all really busy. We've got lots of things going on in our lives. And if you don't make it important enough, other things will get in the way. So by having that strong reason why and a burning desire, and sometimes I see people come on Mastermind, for example, who have nothing at all and they've got everything to gain and they smash it.
Yeah.
And I sometimes see people come on Mastermind who think, I'm investing because I know I should really invest in property, but guess what? They got a really good job, they really enjoy a great lifestyle, they don't need to do it. And I think those people sometimes struggle a bit more to actually motivate themselves to get it done. Does that make sense?
There's that saying that says, "Show me a great man that bore a great man," and it's like it's not exclusively accurate, but it basically says if you're born into, like, say, money, there's very few people who are born as billionaires that go out there. And obviously, like, you've got some exceptions, but if you've got an easy life, what's going to get you up at 5 o'clock in the morning when you've got 500 grand coming into your bank every month?
Well, they do say that, if you have someone who's, watch out for this, if you're very successful and have kids and grandkids and you have businesses you pass down, they often say that future generations just waste it and then just because they've never had to earn it.
Yeah, so burning desire.
Burning desire is really important,
definitely.
First thing.
And when you get to like a more advanced entrepreneurship level, I've both been in business like well over a decade, and you've got the business and without anything going horrendously wrong, it pays the salaries, it pays the overheads, you're in a good place financially. What is your burning desire? What now drives you to the next
I think
level?
that's sometimes the challenge, because I think you can, you set yourself a goal to build this thing and you do it. And you get there and think, okay, I've done that now. And sometimes you don't know what the news, and I've had that myself recently. I thought, okay, what do I want to do next? Some things I want, I want to write some more books. I want to do some more speaking. I want to grow the businesses we've got within certain ways. So I think, thinking about also, what are you doing it for? I didn't have kids. I got married 12 years ago, got divorced after a couple of years, married the wrong person basically. And when I got first married, I kind of thought, maybe I thought, no, I will. I'll get married, I'll have kids, etc. And then when I got divorced, I was really, really, it really affected me badly. And you kind of think, oh, well, every meeting went on again, and I don't have kids, and I kind of really changed, I think. And then I've had some great girlfriends since, and I think sometimes they've wanted to have kids, and I've not been sure, because I think sometimes I'm enjoying life so much, and I'm doing stuff. I think when I have kids, I want to make sure I'm there for them.
Yeah.
And I think I'm now 48, 15 years older than you.
Yeah.
And I kind of think, what? If I had kids now, this might be really stupid and selfish, but I kind of think, what? I would really struggle if you got to get up in the middle of the night and still do what I'm doing. And because I'm so passionate about my business and helping people is what we do in my business, I'm kind of maybe choosing that instead. Does that make sense?
Well, I had exactly the same experience with the kids thing, because I was like, logically, I want to have children. I want to get married, have children. And then I went complete full circle on it. It was like, selfishly, I absolutely love my life. I love getting up at 4 a.m. I love going running in the dark at 5.
Yeah.
I love my
You
life.
are nuts though, Dan.
Yeah. A bit of like a masochist, I think.
Yeah.
I was like, I do just love my life, selfishly love my life. And I went to see a therapist about it, because I was like beating myself up, thinking like, why do I think I want it, but then I don't want it? And it was really, really interesting. So one of the things that they came out of was, because I grew up in a single parent household with me and my younger brother, the therapist said one of the reasons that you've got the logic makes sense. You think you should grow up and have kids. It's just a done thing. But emotionally, you don't have the burning desire that your brother has.
Yeah.
Because my brother, all he's ever wanted to do is have a family.
Right.
I don't have the burning desire. He said there's two reasons for that. One is because you grew up in a single parent household and you were the older brother.
Yeah.
So you were already the man of the house. And you
Yeah.
had some parental experiences there.
Yeah.
Or paternal experiences there. And it said the other one is you've been running businesses for 15 years.
They are your babies.
Yeah, your team and your businesses.
Yeah.
You've been giving them all of your energy, and you've poured yourself into it, and like that is your paternal experience.
Yeah, exactly.
And I shared that with my parents, and they were like, "That's so true. Like you're so paternal and protective of your team and your businesses.
Yeah.
You've had a lot of that already, whereas my brother's never had that. So he's poured himself into a family, and I've done that into a business, and that's why it's taken that off a little bit. So then I reverted with some comfort that maybe I don't need to have children because I've got, 36 full-time adult children,
Yeah,
and we've got
like children
another
sometimes.
117 property entrepreneurs that all have my attention and my investment.
And they are your family. So
Yeah,
I see my students as my family, really.
I'll tell you one thing that changed recently. Unfortunately, one of our clients and close friend of mine died recently, and I went to his funeral. And I can't be the only person that sits in the funeral and thinks about what's this going to look like when it's me. And it was all driven around. I took loads of value from the funeral, but one bit of it was all driven around his kids and how important it was to be a father.
Yeah.
And I did leave there, and it sat with me since, thinking I don't want to die having not had kids.
Yeah.
And that started to change things again mentally.
So I kind of and then that brings the question. Well, if you don't have kids, what are you doing it all for? Who are you going to leave it to legacy? But you know what? Actually, I think you can have, for most people, their kids are their legacy. If you think about it, because they are a mini you because you put yourself into them.
Definitely,
right?
yeah.
But actually, I think you can have other legacies. So I'm not saying I'm never going to have kids, but for quite a long time, I kind of thought, actually, I don't know if I did want them. Then I thought, I don't know if I want them or not. I don't know if I'm going to have them or not. Who knows? And as you get older, there's more chance of you not being able to have kids, or potentially they might not be as healthy as they should be. So there are all sorts of consideration and risks there. But it does make you think, so why are you doing it?
Yeah.
And so actually what I'm trying to work out now is I've got some things that are legacy. What's my true gift to the world? What's my legacy? And I think part of that is, I've mentioned this many times, and I've kind of rethought this and maybe gone slightly away from it, but I did want to set up a charity going to schools, teaching kids not about property but about money and entrepreneurship, etc. And I've moved away from that slightly, and I might do some other stuff, but I thought, well, that's a legacy, and then that's something that can then live on beyond you.
I mean, that's
and
another
impact a lot of
conversation for us
people.
to have, because that's something I'm hugely passionate. I sit on the CE board and I advise the academic sector on how to introduce entrepreneurship into the studies.
Yeah.
But at a higher education level,
Right. Okay.
no disrespect to the universities, but they've missed a decade
Absolutely.
of breeding people in that knowledge. It's things like wealth and money. It's definitely that.
So I went to a London university, right? And this was a business school. All the first years who were studying, but it was towards the end of the first year, and they have like a property club. So I went and spoke at this property club, and I was going to do a talk all about property. And I started asking questions. I said, "Oh, sure, you read Rich Dad Poor Dad." And I see these blank faces. I said, "Right, guys, get your pen and write down." And all these books that these really smart people at this London business school are all interested in property. All these resources they never even knew about. And I thought, God, why are they not teaching people some of this stuff? This was a business school, for God's sakes.
Definitely. I'll tell you what's even worse. So I'm the entrepreneur in residence for Nottingham Business School, and I get wheeled out once or twice a year to do a speech. And I did this speech about entrepreneurship to the 300 business students, and I genuinely have about less than 10 came up to me at the end. They were so not interested in entrepreneurship.
Really?
Honestly, if an entrepreneur had to come in when I was at university and started talking about being an entrepreneur, I'd have been like, oh my God. You could see that they were just like...
So is that because we're conditioned that you should go to school, get a good education, maybe go to college, then get a good job, and you settle in for life and you work for someone, you pay your taxes, you get married, you have kids, you buy a house, you pay the house off, you retire, then you die? Is we're so conditioned into that?
Well, entrepreneurship as a practice is just going to keep growing and growing. If you look at the amount of entrepreneurs, I haven't got the figures on me, read it in the paper last weekend, it was ridiculous. It was it was absolutely 120,000 entrepreneurs in the UK, up to 1 million, has increased in the last 6 years. It's ridiculous.
I think Roger Hamilton was going to be something like 1 billion in a few years.
Maybe that was where I saw
around the world.
Maybe I see a Roger's event.
Yeah.
And I thought, yeah, so that's definitely happening. I think the academic thing is people do it for the sake of doing it, and and they're still going through this factory of go to uni, do an undergraduate, get a graduate job.
I think now, when people come out of university, it's cost them like £45,000-50,000, and sometimes it's, oh, well, I've got a degree now. And I was speaking to someone else who, the other day I had lunch with someone, and he said he doesn't really interview, but he walked on the end of an interview of this guy who was a graduate. Let me just finish this. And he said that this graduate said, so how many people will I be managing? And this guy said, none. Yes, but I've been to university. Well, you got to prove yourself first, and there was this entitlement, expectation.
Yeah. And
unfortunately, so many. I think education is really important. Yeah, and traditional. If you want to be a doctor or something vocational, you need to do that. But I think what's wrong is when kids go to university thinking they have to get a degree because they're going to get a good job. It's just not true anymore.
And if you look at the cost of that compared to the alternative of doing an apprenticeship and working your way up the ranks, there is an argument, because you've got to do the academic 4 years, 50 grand, plus then the practical 3 years, work your way up.
Yeah.
You size all that together. Sometimes you could be better just getting in the trenches.
Yeah.
The final round was, what do we see in people that defines those who are going to be successful and those don't?
And all we got to was burning desire. So burning desire, a real tenacity, just keep going. So don't give up. Many people kind of give up far too soon.
I would say listen more than speak.
Listen more than speak.
They ask questions and actually listen, not just sit there and come up. Listen more than speak.
I've been guilty, I'm sure you have, of we talk too much sometimes, where actually a lot of really successful I know say you don't want to be the smartest person in the room.
No, definitely.
You want to listen and learn from other people.
Yeah, leaders are listeners.
Yeah. And find, what I do now is I shortcut learning. I shortcut time. If I want to learn something, I go and I don't care where they are in the world, I go and find the best person in the world. It's amazing when people I want to be investing in property. My local pin meets, I can't travel half an hour to go to that. Well, you go and find the people. So many people are not prepared to take action to change their life, and so their lives are never going to change.
Yeah, without doubt. I put in my journal this year, in my review over the summer, is mentors are worth their weight in gold.
Absolutely.
It's like getting a time machine to the future. Like, they know.
You got to find the right ones, but mentors, coaches, really important.
6 rounds, Daniel Hill, Simon Zutshi.
Thank you very much, Dan.
Well played.
Cheers.
That was good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Very good.
Awesome.
You enjoy that?
Yeah, I did, yeah.